Okay. So, um, so here's the thing about the regional center. Like, everything, here's the thing to the regional center. Like, I don't really have a problem with the regional center, but here's some things about the regional center that needs to be worked on. Let's say, for example, let's say, for example, um, hold on. One, one, the regional center needs to, regional center take notes, but this is for the caseworkers. If you do not have common sense in the world, don't believe in crime, don't believe that people with mental illnesses, mental disorders, mental disabilities, mental anything can come from abusive households. You don't believe that they can go through anything. Um, you or you only believe that they can't go through anything. Like, you only believe that they can't go through anything because of what some professionals say about their symptoms. You don't believe in crime, you don't believe in family crime, you don't believe in abusive households, you don't believe that anybody could be that evil. You're somebody who would hug a robber. You're somebody who would hug a robber at gunpoint. Um, you're somebody who just doesn't have. You're somebody who would just. You're somebody who just doesn't have any common sense. You're somebody who just doesn't have any common sense. All right. So here's the thing. If you're somebody who just doesn't believe in evil like that, then you have every right to just, instead of just telling the person with a mental whatever, instead of just telling some person with a mental whatever, hey, you can talk to me, you can rant to me, you can ask for advice about who, you can tell me anything. If you got a problem, you can tell me anything. How about instead tell them, you know what, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Just write it down. Just write it down. Write down your feelings. Just write down your feelings. You angry, write it down. You angry, write it down. You angry, write it down. Write down whatever that comes into your mind. Can't write it down in English, write it down in the foreign language, something. Just, how do I say this? Just leave me out of it. Just leave me out of it, because talking to me about it is just going to be really frustrating for you, because I am too overly optimistic to even be the one to talk to about your problems. All right? I don't want to hear it. All right? Because nothing is more infuriating is when you tell us to talk, you tell us, hey, you can talk to me about anything, only for you to look at us in utter disbelief, like, when we give you what you ask for. Like, if you don't want to be trauma dumped, don't ask for the trauma. If you don't want to be trauma dumped, don't ask for the trauma. All right. If you ain't gonna believe me, if you're not gonna believe me, then don't ask for what you ain't gonna believe. If you don't believe in abusive households, you don't believe that people with mental whatever can go through anything, then don't ask for it. Just reject it openly and loudly, and just tell this person to write it down. It will save this person a lot of energy and a lot of headache and a lot of frustration, so they don't have to waste it on somebody who is just stressing them out, just over like just doing stuff like that. Because asking for trauma and then treating them like a burden when they give it to you is literally disrespectful. Like, and here's the thing, I could literally be asking for advice. Not even venting. I could literally be asking for advice, not even venting at all. And then you still gonna dismiss my problems and be like, or you still gonna find some way to justify their actions. You're still gonna find some way to not listen to me, etc., etc., etc. If I'm annoying you with that, if I'm annoying you with my trauma, say that. Just say, like, hey, I can't do this. Please stop. I can't do this. Please stop. All right. I can't do this. Please stop. That's all you need to know. That's all we need to hear. Just say stop. I don't need to hear it. Don't just, okay, if I'm annoying you in my emails or if I'm annoying you in my texts, like, just let me know. Don't just ignore me. Let me know. Let me know that you're busy. Let me know. Like, so yeah. But don't ask for the trauma that you can't handle. Just reject it and tell us to write it down. It'll save a lot of energy. Thank you. Now, number 2. Behavioral issues. Okay? When you're asking for behavioral issues of somebody with a mental whatever, instead of just going with whatever the normal person said with it and just be like, well, this person ain't diagnosed with anything, so this person's right about whatever they say about this mentally whatever person. How about, like, if this person says, like, here's the thing. If this normal person calls this other person falsely accusing, there needs to be more proof there needs to be more proof that this guy is falsely accusing besides just a statement. Like I made a previous video about delusional eyes. You can have the person speak on backwards, like not gibberish backwards. I'm talking about like cat ate I backwards, or like I ate cat backwards, or something like that. I pet cat, cat pet I. Um, like just don't even give them the time to even think. Don't even give them the time to even think before they even say it backwards. Just tell them, like, hey, think about your whole story and forwards, and then think of the last word. Think of the last word of the story, like the final word of your story, and then start from there, and then say the whole story in backwards. Say word for word in backwards, not in gibberish backwards, but word for word in backwards. Number 3, if this person is looking to your left, they're lying. They're looking to lie. If this person is looking to your right, they're thinking. Just because somebody is nervous or is anxious or shy, it does not mean that they're lying. And just because somebody is confident and not shy, it doesn't mean that they're telling the truth. Sometimes it could be the other way around. There are confident people who can lie comfortably, and there are shy people who are actually telling the truth. Shy and anxious people who are telling the truth. So yeah. And number three. What's number 3? I don't think this is a number 3. So yeah. God bless.